Hey guys, what's going on? This is my Colt Police Positive 38 revolver. Alright. My uncle gave this to me for my high school graduation, and it was really special because, first of all, I wasn't expecting it at all, and second, because this was on my wish list, you know what I mean? This was a gun that I always thought was pretty cool, and I used to look at them on the internet and everything, and it was on my wish list, and I always told myself if I ever came across one that I'd pick it up if it was in decent shape. And for my high school graduation, he surprised me with it, and it was really awesome. It's unloaded. Now, I looked up the serial number on Colt's website, and it turns out this gun was made in 1931. I haven't shot it yet, but I looked up some info on the Colt Police Positive. It's obviously double action, okay, but it says it was produced from 1907 to 1947, okay. It came in barrel lengths of 2.5 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches. Now this one has a 5-inch barrel, okay. The Colt Police Positive came in 32 long slash Colt, 32 long slash short Colt, 32 Colt New Police, in parentheses 32 Smith & Wesson long, and 38 Colt New Police, in parentheses 38 Smith & Wesson. It's kind of confusing. This one is a 38, okay? Now don't get that confused with 38 Special. Okay, this will not shoot a 38 Special. This one is just a 38. So any ammo you find, if it's Colt 38 or Smith & Wesson 38, it'll work in this. Now, there was a newer version of this that came out after the Police Positive called the Police Positive Special. The Police Positive Special shoots the 38 Special, but just the regular Colt Police Positive 38 just shoots Colt 38 or Smith & Wesson 38. The cylinder on the Police Positive is not long enough to take 38 Special, and the frame is not made heavy enough to handle the power of the 38 Special. It says right here on the Police Positive Special, it was an improvement of the Colt's earlier Police Positive, which is this one. It says the only differences are a lengthened cylinder and a strengthened frame to allow the chambering of the longer, more powerful 38 Special cartridge. Okay, so this is the older one. This is just the regular Police Positive 38. It's kind of confusing because Colt makes so many models, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, this one was made in 1931, so this could have been in a police department back in the 30s and 40s, maybe even 50s. If you ever see the movie Public Enemy with Johnny Depp, he played John Dillinger, the bank robber. I think they had this gun in that movie. There was a scene where he was breaking out of prison, and he broke into the arsenal of the police department, and he was taking Thompson machine guns and everything. And I'm pretty sure it showed some Colt Police Positives in that arsenal. So this is what the police would have used back in the day to deal with the gangsters. Pretty cool. 6-shot cylinder. And when he first gave this to me, there was a little bit of rust in a few places on the gun. On the cylinder, there's a little bit of rust right there. There's a little bit of rust right here on the barrel, and then a few spots on the frame. It wasn't major, but it was just a little bit. So what I did was, when I took it home, I took the grips off, and internally the gun's in great condition. Same externally, but there was a few rust spots. So what I did was I soaked it in ballistol. I just got some ballistol and sprayed the whole pistol with it and let it sit overnight so it kind of loosens up the rust particles. And then the next morning I got a nylon fiber brush and I just scrubbed all the rust, and it kind of loosened it up. And I wiped it off, and then I got a little bit more ballistol, got the rust wet, and I got 4O steel wool. Okay, there's 4 O's. It's very, very, very fine steel wool, and what I did was I buffed where the rust used to be, and it really took the rust off of the gun. You can see where the rust used to be, but it's just a stain into the bluing. It's no longer rust. So pretty much what that did was it neutralized it, so it'll no longer pit deeper into the metal. Okay, there was a little bit of rust on the edge right here inside the frame, and a little bit up here. It was nothing major, but I wanted to get it off of there. And you know, for a gun made in 1931, it does have a little bit of holster wear up on the barrel. Pretty much any edge, the bluing has worn off, but overall, I would say this gun is like 75% good condition. I mean, you know, what do you expect? It obviously had some service, and it was obviously used, but for the age of the gun, it's in really good shape. Really curious to shoot it. I haven't found any 38 ammo for it, but I know where to get some now, so when I pick some up, I'll do a shooting video of it. But it was a very special gun that my uncle gave me. You know, I mean, it really means a lot. It was so cool. You know, I had no idea what it was. They just surprised me with it. And it was awesome. So it was pretty cool how he gave it to me. Just in a box with like wrapping paper, and it was really packed in there, you know, with a lot of wrapping paper. So I'm just like tearing away the wrapping paper, trying to figure out what it is. And then I saw it was the Colt 38. So really cool. Now on Colts, to release the cylinder, you have to pull back on the tab, and that lets the cylinder come out. On a Smith & Wesson, you push, okay? And also on a Colt, the cylinder rotates clockwise, okay? On a Smith & Wesson, it rotates counterclockwise. And on this pistol, the firing pin is on the hammer, okay? It's like a traditional revolver. I know on the Colt Python, the firing pin is in the frame, and the hammer is just a flat hammer. So this is a, you know, old school revolver. Yeah, like I said, it says here, production stopped in 1947. And it says up here, the Colt Police Positive is a small frame double action revolver featuring a 6-round cylinder chambered for either the 32 or 38 caliber cartridge, designed primarily for sale to federal, state, or local law enforcement agencies. Okay, so when this came out, it was pretty much available to only law enforcement. On the top of the barrel, it has the Colt address, and it has the patent dates. August 5th, 1884, July 4th, 1905, and October 5th, 1926. And then on this side of the barrel, it says Colt Police Positive 38. And then you have your rampant Colt on the frame. The grips, I believe they're walnut, and they're checkered, but you know, obviously over time the checkering got really rounded off. It's still there, but it's really worn. It's in good shape though. If you look at guns from like the 1800s, the checkering's almost rounded off like completely, and the grip's almost smooth. But the checkering's still here on this one. Yeah, silver Colt medallion on both sides, really cool. It's a really awesome pistol. The trigger, it's has texturing on the front of the trigger, and mechanically it's good. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Has really good cylinder lockup. Wiggles a little bit, but it's supposed to. You know, real nice positive clicks. It's really cool. It's a really cool piece of history, you know. It's just so awesome to have it, and it means even more that my uncle gave it to me. You know, if I would have just bought it on my own, it would be a cool pistol. But the fact that my uncle gave this to me is even more special. So yeah, there it is, guys. It's a really cool pistol. Yeah. See you guys soon.